So now there's reports that the Ring dashcam may now be officially dead. This product only came out in last year, CES 2023, and now apparently Ring is saying that they're stopping the sales of that device. Now the Ring camera has some very interesting features. One of them being that you can remotely look into your car and see what is going on. Now that feature is not very common on normal dashcams. Normal dashcams are totally disconnected from the rest of the world, so if you want to access the video from them, even if they have Wi-Fi, you have to be in the car to be able to connect to the dashcam. Now the Ring dashcam allows you to connect to the dashcam from anywhere, basically because it is connected to the cloud, it is connected to the internet. Very rare feature. I only seen one other dashcam that has this kind of level of capacity, and that is the Nexar dashcam, which I have previously reviewed on the channel. There are other dashcams that you can connect to the cloud like Thinkware, but those dashcams require for you to provide that cloud functionality in terms of that internet connection. They are not a one solution, one package sold together. Now, I'm a little disappointed that this dashcam is being discontinued because I do like the idea of a cloud connected dashcam and the fact that it was designed to be easily installed, and I think that was its second best feature. This dashcam was designed to be installed lower on the windshield to avoid the issue of running cables over the airbags, and this was something that I proposed years ago, and I made a video about that where I put the camera very low on the dash, avoiding or reducing the amount of installation required because now the cable only has a very short distance that has to travel for power, but also using OBD-II power to power the dash cam. So instead of having to hardwire the dash cam, I can just take this plug it into the port in my vehicle, and I am good to go. So I was very excited to hear that this product came out, which incorporated two ideas that I proposed a long time ago, and now it's disappointing to hear that it's going away. Now, what's interesting is that Ring says that it is going away because of issues with delays, issues of getting the product. Now this goes to my point, and a lot of people know this, dashcams are really not made by the brand. They usually use some other contractor and then the brand sells them under their brand. So probably Ring has some kind of issue with their supplier and they couldn't get these dash cams, and people apparently had orders for these things and waited until eventually they got their hands on them, but now the most recent orders have been canceled by Ring. In fact, when I look at the website for Ring, I can still see the listing for the Car Cam and its price, but I don't see any buy now button. So it looks like it is definitely not possible to buy it. Now, it also appears that Ring does not have plans to bring this particular device back again. However, they say we remain excited about opportunities to innovate in the auto space and that they're gonna continue to support the Ring dashcam. And yeah, it almost seems like a cookie cutter statement. Like, yes, we're not really leaving that segment market. I honestly think that they are. And the fact that if you happen to have one of these dash cams, it may be both good or bad. Good because you were one of the few that were able to get them. Bad because, yeah, you're still gonna get updates, but how many updates can you possibly get for a product that has been discontinued? And how long are you gonna be getting these updates for a product that may not have a future at all? I've seen this with other products. As soon as they get discontinued off the market, trust me, that support may be there, but it starts to slowly dwindle away. But I also think that there's maybe more to the story as far as production issues. I think it may also have to do with the fact that maybe the business model didn't really work well for Ring. Ring has a lot of security products at home, and I think it made sense at that point to now let's move over into the automotive business. But I think once they did, they probably saw that it may not be as profitable, or maybe would not make as much sense. And that is because there are, on a cloud connected dashcam, there is an additional cost. In addition to you having to buy the device, you also have to buy the subscription so the camera can stay connected to the internet. And that subscription service at the time of this recording is about $6 a month or $60 a year. Not very expensive, but also if this is a service that you don't really have a need for, most people are gonna be okay with I don't need that service. I'll just pull the videos right off the dashcam when I need them. So I think it's a hard sell for the rest of the dashcam industry, the rest of the dashcam consumer market. I think they were aiming for a very narrow amount of people who are willing to pay premium for a car cam and also extra for the subscription model. And I think Nexar finds themselves in that position, and Nexar has a dashcam that is priced significantly higher than most dashcams, and their subscription model, very similar to Ring, has a requirement of $10 a month if you want to be able to connect to the dashcam remotely. And I know some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna pay for that, because $10 for security for a car that may cost thousands of dollars is gonna make sense, but not for everybody. But what's also interesting is the video quality from the dashcam was only high definition video, which in most cases might be okay, but a lot of people are looking for something higher. They want either 2K or they want 4K, and that is because we just gotten accustomed to everything has to be 4K and has to be the highest resolution. This dashcam does not provide that. So if you're gonna combine two features that are kind of very high end, a 4K dashcam and cloud connectivity, price has to be tremendously higher. And I think at the price point that this car cam was, having 4K would have brought up the pricing for you to buy it much higher, and also their cost even higher, because on their servers, for them to store the video 4K quality that's coming from your dashcam would have created a lot of additional cost than just HD video. And again, this is the same thing that Nexar is facing. Nexar has a higher subscription cost, but the dashcam does record 4K. And the amount of storage space that 4K takes is a lot versus high definition video. It's not just a little bit, it is tremendously a lot. So I know Nexar has to somehow be able to justify their cost, or somehow has to have found a business model that works, or maybe at some point they could potentially find themselves in the position that Ring is at and decide that maybe that wasn't the best idea. And the disappearance of this product is also one of the perfect examples of why the dashcam market is not innovating the way that phones are, or the way that you see other products are, that they are innovating in leaps. I mean, tremendously changes from generation to generation. This is a good example. This is a product that try to innovate, try to be very different, be connected to the internet, be easy to install, and is being discontinued. So if you are in the shoes of a dashcam brand, of a dashcam manufacturer, and are thinking of bringing in a new product to the market, you look at these examples and you're probably gonna play it safe and give customers a normal basic dashcam with the basic features that we come to expect, and play it safe. Now, this is unfortunately because it is gonna stale the industry, and we do need on innovation. So I was really hoping this product will succeed, and maybe it will come back in some other shape or form. But as of right now, the Ring dashcam is no more, and we are currently left with only very few, if not only one alternative for a cloud connected dashcam. And by the way, if you're curious about the ThinkWare cloud connected dashcam, it does work. And I think the only challenge with the ThinkWare cloud is that, again, that it's not a one solution package. You have to buy the dashcam and then you have to buy an internet provider. So basically you have to go to an AT&T or a Verizon and buy one of those little internet boxes so you can have it in your car, providing internet all the time to the dashcam. Now this creates some challenges, because not only do you need to have power now going to the dashcam all the time, now you have to install a second device, your internet provider, and now you have to find a way to provide power to that internet provider box all the time. So now you have double the amount of wiring that you have to do, and now you have to interface these two devices together, likely gonna connect via Wi-Fi. But as you know, whenever you take two devices of two different brands and try to connect them, sometimes they work good and sometimes you may have some hiccups. That's just because there's too many potential combinations of potentially internet box devices and also carriers and the dashcam models themselves. So having one device that has all of that integrated in one item or in one box made a lot of sense. And this was one of the advantages of this Ring dashcam. It had everything in one package and it was tremendously smaller. And when I say tremendously smaller, you compare that to what the Nexar, and the Nexar dashcam is about this size. It's the size of a brick. And part of it, again, is because of its modular nature, and part of it is because it's a first generation device. Ring has the opportunity to have developed this in the future, so the device was smaller. Now the other reason why the Ring dashcam is smaller than the Nexar is the fact that it only had high definition video, where the Nexar can provide 4K, but it's just something to keep in mind. If you want a cloud connected dashcam, it is likely going to be larger than a normal dashcam would, unless you're willing to sacrifice on things like picture quality. Then the dashcam could potentially be made smaller. And that's all the news I have for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.